nothing left to lose now. Everything to prove now. Long as I'm alive, I'ma fight back. My fire never cools down. I'm about to catch fire. Yeah, I'm about to catch fire. Get ready for the new me. Get ready for the new me. Try to hold me down and I go high. Try to put me out and I go wild. I'm a fighter, a survivor. Stand back when I catch fire.
Bom dia, good morning, and welcome to the WSL Dawn Patrol Show from beautiful Brazil. This is the site of the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco Do Brasil, the iconic church on the headland there, as we sweep to Itaúna Beach. That's where we're having competition today. I'm Kaipo, joined by Mitchell Salazar, as well as Bruno Bokuyova. Thank you so much for joining me. Bruno, this is a special place for competition. A lot of competition's gone down here.
Oh, it's a big arena, the biggest arena of Brazilian surfing. We call it Maracanã for this reason. Ever since the late 70s, we have competitions here, and this is the place to be.
Yeah, wave-rich region, a lot going on here. Oftentimes contestable, Mitchell.
Yeah, it is today for sure. Wouldn't be surprised to see competition underway, but how beautiful is this place though, Kaipo? First time ever in Brazil, and I'm loving every single minute of it.
That's right. This is your first time. Welcome. And This is actually one of my favorite stops. We're here every year for the championship tour, but now we have number 6 in the Challenger Series returning here to Itaúna, and it is an important event in the scope of things because this is the pathway for a place on the 2023 Championship Tour. It all goes down here, and we may be qualifying a couple of surfers here in Brazil for that tour.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a few of the men qualify here. For the women, it's a lot more complicated. Only 5 of them qualify at the end of the season. But yeah, number 6 out of 7, big time show here, Kaipo.
Well, I'm excited, so let's see what the day is going to bring. For that, I'm going to go to Maria Maíra Paps. She is with Travis Logie from Tours and Competition.
Thank you, Kaipo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Travis. So what's the official call for today?
Morning, Maria. Good news. We're on. 8:05 a.m. start with the men's. Round 1. We're going to do heats 1 to 18 today, so that should get us to around just after 5 p.m. today. So big day.
Big day. So how important is to bring the Challenger Series for the first time here to Brazil?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, surfing and competitive surfing is so huge in this country, and it's great to bring the national heroes here so the local crew can get to watch their heroes, and also just to showcase Brazil to the rest of the world, everybody watching online, to see this beautiful place and this amazing wave. So it's a huge event for us and for the surfers.
Oh, and can you give us an overview of the forecast for this week?
Yeah, sure. So today it's waves in sort of the medium-sized range, and it'll hold like that through most of the day with the wind picking up. Tomorrow and the next day, the next 2 days, looks like it's probably going to be really big and windy, so we'll have to see how we go. But after that, for the rest of the window, the swell kind of comes down to a nice medium size with more favorable winds. So it's quite a promising outlook for the back end of the window.
Okay, thank you, Travis. Back to you guys in the booth.
Obrigado, Maíra. And there you go. We got the call. It's on. We're taking advantage of this time right now. Plenty contestable waves out there. A little bit of ruffle on the water, but we should see some action.
100%. And with 30-minute heats, too, 4 people out there, I think it's a big enough playing field for them to really spread out and get those waves. There's both rights and lefts on offer out there, too, Kaipo, so I think it's good for 4 people.
Yeah, we'll get going. And, you know, the surf culture in Brazil, we have all the stars that we know about, but we have another generation that we're going to see some new faces in Brazilian surfers in this competition, aren't we?
For sure. For example, Gabriel Klausner, he won a kind of a triple crown that we did with 3 QSs, 1,000 points, and he won the triple crown. That's the reason why he's here, honored by Corona with the wild card, and it's going to be good for him.
Yeah, some new names, but one name that the whole surf world knows about, 3-time world champ Gabe Medina. He's going to be in the draw. Mitchell, we're going to see Medina return to the jersey right here at the Challenger Series.
Yeah, kind of crazy that we're here for this, Kaipo. Honestly, when I saw his name in the draw, I was like, whoa, like the beach is going to get packed when he surfs. But huge opportunity for everybody else to compete against him, too, and make a name. you know?
Yeah. Well, if you remember back a couple of months ago to the Rio Pro, Gabe Medina did injure himself out here in competition, had to settle for a 17th in competition, but it was a minor injury. He's recovered 100%. But let's take a look back at Gabe's performance last time he hit the water here at Itaúna. Medina, always a crowd favorite. People come out in droves to see one of the best surfers in the world, and it's an attack like that consistently finding some gems with Gabe Medina. But a contusion to the knee took him out in that heat where he lost to a charging Callum Robson. So an upset there for Gabe Medina. And Bruno, I think Gabe, he's going to come back. And we know that he likes to put on a show. This is going to be his chance.
Oh, for sure. He's a monster, man. He's a competitive drive that he has is amazing. So he's back on.
Yeah.
Take a look at the heat here. There's going to be, in this opening round, heat number 8 is going to be Gabriel Medina, Crosby Colapinto, the Kiwi, Kehu Butler, and then, Bruno, you were talking about the youngster, Gabriel Klausner is going to have a big chance to make a name for himself when he is faced up against Medina in that heat.
Medina is his hero, so he's going to have a good chance to surf against him, and it's a great opportunity.
Huge opportunity, a lot on the line. And when we talk about what's on the line is really those spots for the men. The top 10 move into the 2023 Championship Tour. 3 of those 10 spots have already been spoken for. We're going to dive into the CS rankings. When we return from a break, so we'll take a quick break, and we're going to be back with more of the Dawn Patrol Day 1 here at the Corona Saquarema Open, presented by Banco Do Brasil. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Dawn Patrol here at the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco do Brasil. Stop number 6 of 7 on the World Surf League Challenger Series. And we got the news, you guys, that competition is going to be underway. We're going to start with the men's opening round. Again, I'm Kaipo, there's Mitchell and Bruno talking you through the action. And guys, when we went to break, we're going to talk about the rankings. Where is everyone standing coming into this event number 6 on the Challenger Series? And for that, let's dig into the Challenger Series rankings at the start of this event and see who's above the cut line and who needs to do some work. Here we go with our rankings. We already know that 3 of our surfers have already qualified. Leonardo Fioravanti, Rio Waida, and Ryan Calnan, they got their spots on the championship tour for next year. But Liam O'Brien, Mitchell, Zeke Lau, and Dylan Moffitt, they could qualify right here in Brazil.
And so could Ian Gentile with a win, too. But there's a couple of people within the 15-16 range. I really like Imai Kalani Deval's chances. And how about the local boy, Joao Chianca, number 18, under 10,000 points. Luca Messina's number 19. And Mateus Herdy, he's also a big favorite here. I mean, 10,000 points is a huge difference, Kaipo. That catapults you right back up in the top 5.
Yeah, sure does. So that's going to keep it nice and tight and exciting. And that's why this event is so meaningful, Bruno.
Oh, for sure, man. 10,000 points, it's a lot of stuff. So can do big time for everyone.
Yeah, big time for everyone, and some local favorites, I think, and some surfers that, you know, are up and coming. They're young surfers, but they've already made a big splash on the championship tour. I'm talking about Mateus Herdy. He's had a couple of different wild cards, and he's really, when he's been given those wild cards, he's done a great job. Semifinals in 2021, quarterfinals here, just coming off the Rio Pro as a wild card.
That's it. In Mexico, 3rd, and 5th here in Rio. So he's ready for the job, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, with that being said, let's hear from Mateus Herdy. I want to hear about his mindset when he enters competition.
I'm Mateus Herdy. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Florianópolis, Brazil. If I qualify, for sure, I don't want to be one more guy out there. You know, I don't want to be the guy that would just go finish it and, you know, do the turns and then finish it. I might not make the cut or whatever, but I'll try my best every single heat and I'll not hold back. I'll do airs. I'll try to get deep. I'll try to do whatever it takes.
I love what I'm hearing from Mateus, Mitchell, is that he's not going to hold back. He's not going to put, the competition head on. He's going to go for it every single time he gets to his feet.
Yeah, and it's hard to overlook the fact that he's only 20 years old, too. It's just incredible. But, I mean, what's impressive to me is that he's not only been a World Pro Junior champion before, he has the skills and qualities that make up for a championship tour surfers, too. You look at his skills in the air, you look at his skills in the rail, and he's going to get much better in barrel riding, too, Kaipo.
Bruno, my belief is this young man deserves to be on the championship tour.
Oh, for sure. He comes from a surfing family. We have to remember he's a nephew of Guilherme Herdy, a former city surfer, and his father is a great surfer also, Alexandre Herdy. So he has the skills, he has the experience, he has the culture flowing on his veins.
Well, just a couple of months ago, he showed that he's got what it takes. He entered the Oi Rio Pro as a wild card, and he made it all the way to the quarterfinals with some explosive surfing. Let's take a look at Mateus's performance from the Oi Rio Pro. Running down the beach, a lot of energy off the lip and in the sky, Mitchell.
No, and that he knocked out number 5 in the world, Kanoe Igarashi, too, when Kanoe was looking for a spot to qualify for the Rip Curl WSL Finals, too. But how about that hang time, too, in the air? Beautiful rotation, great maneuver selection there. And then this wave to me, the one with the 2 airs where he knocked out Jack Robinson at the end of the heat, that guy ended up number 3 in the world. Impressive there for Mateus.
He can do it on the forehand. He can do it on the backhand. He can do it in the air. He can do it on the face. A disappointing Jack Robinson, but a big, big performance once again from the youngster, Mateus Herdy. And we're going to see him in competition here as we roll through. This is our contest site. And we're going to take a break, though. We got more of this Dawn Patrol show for you. When we return, we're going to talk about women's Challenger Series rankings and some possibilities that can happen for the ladies. Be right back after this break. Welcome back to Dawn Patrol here at the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco Do Brasil. And we got the word that competition is going to get underway today, day one of the waiting period. I'm Kaipo with Mitchell and Bruno, talking you through the anticipation of the first day of competition here. When we left, we said we were going to talk about the women and their rankings. Remember, top 5 women at the end of the year on the Challenger Series graduate to the 2023 Championship Tour. No spots locked up as of yet, but we got some forerunners already breaking away from the pack as we take a look at our women's Challenger Series rankings. And you can see, Mitchell, 28,000 points from Macy Callahan. She's got a strong lead, as well as Molly Picklum.
Yeah, the only thing in comparison to the men, though, there's only 5 spots available here. So Macy Callahan and Caitlin Simmers are not here at this event. I don't know why, but it's a huge opportunity for both Betty Lou and Nikki Van Dyke to move up in the rankings. And obviously Molly Picklum at number 2 right now. He's got a chance of qualifying here, Kipes.
Yeah, Bruno, I want to talk about Molly Picklum in a bit because she was a rookie on tour, 2022 on the championship tour. She did not get past that mid-season cut, but she switched gears, got on the Challenger Series, and did some damage, and she looks really good for requalification.
Oh, for sure. She's solid, huh? She's showing her skills, and she's building momentum. So she's right next to the CT level, huh?
Yeah, really the next level of performance coming from this young lady out of Australia. Let's hear a little bit from Molly and her thoughts about competition and what goes through that competitive mind of the young Australian.
My name's Molly Picklum, I'm 19 years old and I'm from Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. To get back on the championship tour, I feel like is a goal for every surfer in one of these events. We don't enter events, well I don't personally, to lose, you know. I feel like to show my best and to be my best is to be on the tour versing the best. And yeah, I don't know, I just really thrive on such a big stage and pushing myself to the max. I think it's so hard on there and I really like testing myself, so that's where championship tour is my absolute goal.
Yeah, Molly Picklum, I mean, the competitive IQ's there, Mitch,
yeah.
But the progressive performance that she has in her
Absolutely.
surfing is incredible.
Yeah, I think that's her X factor, personally. She's got an incredible air game, great use of the rail, and when we talk about progression, it's not necessarily just in the air. She can do it anywhere, Kaipo.
Yeah, she sure can. Well, she's made 2 finals already on the Challenger Series. Let's take a look back at those performances, those 2 final performances by Molly Picklum. It all started in the first event at Snapper Rocks. As we look at Molly, kicked it off in a big way here with a runner-up finish, Mitchell, at the opening event. Stop number 1 on the Challenger Series here at the Superbank.
Yeah, and it wasn't perfect Snapper Rocks either. Big, stormy, a lot of water moving around. She ended up getting second to Caitlin Simmers in that event. And then moved on to event number 3 in Bolito, got the win over there against Macy Callahan, and moved her right back up into the top 5, Kipes.
Yeah, and that sweet chair up the beach, Bruno, nothing better than that.
Oh, yeah.
And in addition to that, 10,000 qualifying points for her. So that's really vaulted Molly Picklum up the rankings. Looking really good for, like I said, a spot on the 2023 Championship Tour.
Yeah, the glory, the feelings, but the points, the money.
Yeah.
2 sides of the job, like, of the game, huh?
It's everything. I can't wait to see Molly, but gosh, we got a little bit more. We're anticipating the start of competition, and we got more coming to you here on the Dawn Patrol, so stick around. We'll be back with more action, and we're anticipating the start. Day number 1 here at the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco Do Brasil. We'll be right back after this message. Are you seeing this strange image with several planets flying here on Itaúna Beach? This is a provocation for us to remember that our planet Earth is a limited edition. There's only one of it. And if we continue to consume plastics the way we are today, we will soon lose it. That's why Corona will recycle a plastic bottle for every bottle of Corona sold, which should represent more than 287 million bottles recycles just this year. Let's go together for a better world. And welcome back to Dawn Patrol. We already got the message that competition is going to be on today at Itaúna Beach. Opening round of the men's going to get underway. We're anticipating that start of that opening round. I'm Kaipo with Mitchell and Bruno, and I can't wait to get this going. And we're going to start off with, actually, the first heat's already chock full of great surfers.
It's a banger. And the second one, too. Joao Chianca, the local boys surfing in the second heat, too. This is going to be a great day of competition, Kaipo. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm liking that the swell showed up this morning, too. It's a lot bigger than yesterday.
Yeah, Bruno. We're anticipating the swell to increase throughout the day. We'll be watching the winds, of course. There's been a storm front coming in and out. But the great news is we got a lot of swell on the forecast.
Yeah, we are guaranteed with good waves for the entire window period. The swell will increase through the afternoon, so we're ready to go.
We are ready to go. And let's take a look at where we're at on the globe for stop number 6 on the Challenger Series. Right here in Brazil, right outside of Rio de Janeiro. We're going to zoom up into space and focus right on down to the wonderful surf town of Saquarema, Mitch.
Yeah, just, I want to say, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours north of the city of Rio de Janeiro. And Saquarema here, a little bay. And there's 2 different surf spots that are really the most popular ones. Barrinha, where the big right is, and Itaúna, where we're at right now. And these 2 spots, Kaipo, definitely get a lot of consistency for this area of Rio.
Yeah, you can see the continental shelf here and open to Atlantic swells coming through. And just the setup of the beach, where we can see the sandbars created by this river outlet bringing sand out. Longshore current brings it from Barrinha down to Itaúna, filling in, and you can see the swell lines and the sandbanks throughout this wonderful beach. And it really is a focal point of Brazilian surfing, isn't it?
Yeah, the classic point is Itaúna. We have the A-frame, we have the rights going to the channel, and we have good lefts going all the way through, long lefts, with the proper swell, of course.
Very consistent and a variety of surf here in this stretch. Beautiful. looking from above?
Hey, I'm loving this. It reminds me a lot of the East Coast of the United States, Florida as well. The sand has something here where it almost squeals when you step on it. You can hear that little sand kind of go between your toes, but it's a beautiful place. I'm really excited to be here. I hope the sun does come out, though. It's been overcast the last 2 days.
Yeah. Well, we're planning on the sun coming out, but I like that you're talking about the sand quality because, Bruno, what that makes, that finer sand really compacts into some great sand bars. So we got a variety of different peaks that we're going to be available today.
And we have the thing about the backwash. People have to be aware of the backwash, the power of the backwash here. So it's an issue always to be.
Yeah.
Well, we got a first heat of the day coming up for us, and it looks like it is a great heat with Jadson Andre, Alan Cleland Jr., Mikey McDonough, as well as Doug Silva. That's going to be the opener for today's competition, and we're just moments away from the start of that heat. There you can see all the names on the bottom there, with Jadson Andre, obviously the top seed and the veteran, but a young Alan Cleland Jr., he's been making a name for himself. And Mikey McDonough out of Australia, Mitchell, he's been a workhorse when it comes to competition. And this is actually going to be my first kind of view at Douglas Silva out of Brazil. A new name for me. We'll see what Douglas is going to bring to the plate.
Yeah, this kid rips. He's from the northern part of Brazil. 2 goofy footers up against 2 regular footers in this heat, Kaipo. And I think we're going to see the experience of Jadson Andre come into play. His only CT win did come in Brazil, and that was in the southern part in Santa Catarina. And as you see there, Alan Cleland Jr., second-generation professional surfer himself. His father, Alan Sr., a great surfer, but Al's number 43 right now in the rankings. Huge opportunity for him to catapult within at least the top 15. If he makes it to the quarters or better, he's going to be within striking distance for qualification in Haleiwa, but you know that he's going to want a big result here at Saquarema, Kaipo.
Yeah. And, it is a little tossed up as we see the ruffle on the water. And really, the wind factor is going to be something that's come into play today. Mm-hmm. As well as we know about this break as well is the backwash, managing the backwash here.
There's this big berm happening right now, and it's quite normal for Saquarema, as I've been told. I think Kaoni, Monteiro, Joao, they have to surf in this thing kind of almost every day, but with the increase in swell that we've seen from yesterday into this morning, it's way more noticeable. And as you can see there, it's quite windy. That wind is supposed to pick up even more, and we do have some dark clouds coming in. Wouldn't be surprised to see some rain later this afternoon, but it looks to me like this is really going to be a war of attrition in terms of finding those good waves within those 30 minutes, getting those 2 scores that'll probably get you around 12 points. I would think that's going to get you through today, but I wouldn't be surprised to see 1 maneuver waves score well this morning, Kaipo.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of, the classic beach break grind for this opening round. Mm-hmm. And unlike previously when we had QS 10,000s in the past years, since the start of the Challenger Series, we don't have a seeding. We don't have a tiered seeding anymore in the Challenger Series. You start from the round of 96.
Everybody does.
Even the top seed, right?
Yeah.
And you can lose one surf and pack in your bags.
And that's the interesting thing about Gabe surfing in this event, too. He is considered a high seed. He's right in the middle of the pack in heat number 8. And if you look at the rest of the field, they're probably going to match up 2 heats down the line. So those top seeds on the Challenger Series that actually need points to qualify, they're going up against the 3-time world champion. And he could do some damage here at this event, Kaipo.
Yeah, he can do nothing but eat up valuable
points.
Challenger Series points. So that's going to be another point of contention, another conversation that we're going to have and see how much points surfers, like CT surfers that are in this event, like a Jadson Andre, like a Samuel Pupo, like a Miguel Pupo, or like a Gabe Medina, how many points they're going to take off the board and not going to factor into the math when we come to the year-end rankings.
Yeah, and as a surfer from the Challenger Series, you can't be thinking that way, right?
No.
You got to go up against whoever. And eventually you're going to face them anyways once you reach the championship tour. So I think that kind of mentality is way too old school. And personally, I feel like if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best too, Kaipo.
And that's the mantra I'm sure that's going to be playing through all of these surfers' heads throughout this competition. Again, this is stop number 6 on a 7-stop Challenger Series. Our surfers take the best 4 results for their year-end ranking. For the men, we take the top 10. For the women, we take the top 5. When we look at the men's scenario right now, Mitch, we already have 3 of those spots on the rankings already taken. Leo Fioravanti, Rio Waida, and Ryan Calnan already have their place on the championship tour.
So 2 requalified, 1 brand new CT surfer in Rio Waida, the first Indonesian ever to qualify too. Huge result for both him and I think surfing in Asia too. But there's a couple of people from different regions worldwide that I'm actually very excited to see compete here at Saquarema. I think this kind of beach break type surf benefits them. Nolan Raposa, Cole Hauschman, Tyler Gunter, those are just the Americans. Levi Slosson's another kid too from North America that I'm excited to see. But there's a couple of Australians too that I think this wave benefits them quite a bit. I think Liam O'Brien's one of them. He comes from those beach breaks over on the Gold Coast. He's going to be hard to beat out here, and he's number 4 in the rankings too.